Nice. Yeah.
What's poppin'? It's Friday. What is this? 7th? Haha. The 8th of April. Nice. We're gonna get in a breakdown here. So if you're new to this channel or whatever, and you first couple times watching, and you're thinking like, yo, why the hell does this guy even make these videos? Like, you know why? I've been looking at charts for like 5 years. Like, I probably know more than your financial advisor. So that's why I'm doing this. Sometimes like I get like during the week I'll be like, I'm pooch, like I don't want to make a video. So there's like a couple days that pass where I was like, I'm too tired to make a video. But then like during that break I'm like, yo dude, you've taken way too long of a break, dude. Did you forget? Anyways, I digress. So we're gonna start off with a few random ones today. We got Tlry, GUD, I'm not sure what this is, Night Therapeutics, Tfii, and Li. So we'll start off with Tlry. So we got this upper trend line, it's holding us back. We pop up over, and it looks like we're getting a back test of the trend line, which is what we want to see. The only thing I'd kind of be wary of is like the ganja sector is so volatile and it's so beat up, right? Like I've been watching a few of these ganja stocks waiting for a pop or to set up a base, and it's been taking a long time. Big hit from like the high we made back in like mid last year. So a lot of them are down like 80% plus, 90% plus. So just keep in mind that they might take a long time, or they just, the sector might be just dead. But anyways, we got this back test of the trend line. We want to see it curl up from here. So we need to regain this demand zone, right? Or support line, because usually when we break up over a resistance, you want it to act as support, but it looks like we just fell through. So I'll keep it there, but like right now it looks like we're back testing the trend line. We could also look at this like this though, right? We could look at this trend line kind of like that, and it could just be faking us out here. So there's a few different ways to look at it. This could just be another lower high, and then we continue downward. And if that is the case, then this is the level we must hold if we want any sort of like hope for the bulls. So maybe we'll base a little bit down here for a little bit longer. But that's kind of my eyes on TLRY. A lot of these ganja stocks are just like, oh man, there's just a lot of things better to play. And until like there's a bunch of hype in the sector, it's really hard to tell like if it's basing, are we setting up lower highs, etc. We got GUD here. Oh man, this one's scary looking. It looks like a huge bear flag here. But at least we're in a sideways range that's 100% clear, right? It's almost like a channel going on right now where this is the play zone and we stay in here. So if that is the case and this is what you're looking at, buy up here, sell up here, right? That's pretty much how I would look at it. It's tough to say, right? Because like, man, it was once at $11 just about, and now we're just trading around 5-ish for the past year and a year and 3 months. So it's a pretty tight range from $5 to $5.74. So you got to make that decision with yourself, like, oh, is 12% worth it for me in this time? It definitely could be, right? But sometimes, as you can say, this is the weekly time frame. It might take a few weeks, right? So it might take a little bit more time looking at the daily, looking at the 4-hour to really understand what's going on with this chart. But for the most part, I'm looking at that channel just going completely sideways. I personally think there's better names to play out there. We have TFII. So major resistance here at 144. And when we put the RSI on, you could see there's clear bearish divergence. And it's starting to play out now because we're starting to get those big days. But I like looking at these types of patterns because These are topping patterns, right? We come all the way up from a nice run, bottom of 2020. We come running up. We mark the high at around 145. And ever since then, this is the weekly time frame, we cannot break up over that range. And now when you look at it, there's bearish engulfings here, bearish engulfing, right? Bearish engulfing, evening star pattern. Like there's a few hints that another evening star, that you can consider it an evening star, I guess, but not the prettiest. These are signals you could use that are kind of telling you, hey, like we're not really, the stock doesn't want to push up higher. And now we're starting to see it. The RSI is starting to fall, telling you that the strength of buying is falling. And then you're starting to see that we're topping in this range, which is the horizontal line that's telling us we cannot break above this level. So this is like a medium bearish divergence. And the ranges that I have marked out are 85 to like 93. This should act as support, right? We want to see that act as support. Why we want to see that act as support is because it's kind of the last range where we had a little base going on from January 2021 to late March 2021. You could also say mid-April. So that range is where we based for a bit, right? And we also based a little bit longer from October 2020 to late January 2021. So if we cannot hold this range and develop some sort of a base, then we're looking to go as far as this $65 range. I'm not too sure what this company does, but just keep in mind the technicals right now, or the bears are definitely in control until we see some sort of a base. Now when we're looking at LI, this is American Lithium. A lot of the commodity and precious metals and those names have been having a decent run. It ran right up into this 445 resistance zone, right? So technically this name reacts very well. So what we'll be looking for is if we come back to 334 to back test this previous resistance, so it is now a support. So we had a bull flag going on and we broke out of it and we pushed a little bit higher towards this 445 resistance. We get up there and we get evening star patterns that push us downward, and now we're starting to see that we're losing the 8 EMA. So for these few weeks here, we regain the 8 EMA and we start pushing up. And now that we're starting to lose it and now we're under it, we'll be looking to see, will it continue to act as resistance and push us down into this 334 range. So that's the overall breakdown on these like few tickers here. Peace.